Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Kyle Dietz with Rhino Toolhouse, and today I'd like to discuss Cleco's Cellcore line of tools, along with some of the advantages they can bring your organization. Rhino Toolhouse is the largest technical industrial distributor in the United States, which means we like to be hands-on from the speccing phase all the way through installation, integration, and down the road to troubleshooting if required. We have more than 80 reps in the field covering 30 plus states, and I am currently the area sales manager for Eastern Kentucky. A large part of our mission is to identify and deliver the world's most innovative solutions. And today I'd like to highlight one such solution in Cleco Cellcore. Not long ago, I was in a Tier 3 manufacturing facility that supplies a variety of non-critical components to the automotive industry. In conversation with the engineering manager, I asked if there was any day-to-day hurdles they were currently facing, and he mentioned that they were in fact being charged back for sending in components with fasteners that weren't properly secured. Although he did admit it happened from time to time, he mentioned it wasn't always the fault of his company because they themselves would occasionally receive parts with pre-tapped holes that were out of tolerance, and they would even occasionally receive a bad batch of screws, all of which can lead to torque variation. This conversation led to a walk of the line, where I quickly noticed they were using battery clutch tools for all their assembly applications. They would also occasionally pull a finished good from down the line and verify its torque with a dial wrench. When I asked why they weren't using tools with more repeatability and accuracy, the answer came down to money. He mentioned that these transducerized tools lead to more expensive backup inventory and controllers and cables, and also that they're more complicated to program, which means he would then have to get multiple people on multiple shifts trained up on how to use them, which would also cost him money. Does this sound like some of the issues you're having at your company? If so, Cleco Cellcore might be the answer. But first, what are some of the advantages of using tools with control and accuracy and repeatability? One advantage is accurate torque and angle. You can be sure that you are shooting the correct torque every single time. Another advantage is the ability to store historical data, which essentially can create a birth certificate for the part. You can be sure every part you send out the door has the correct number of fasteners shot to the correct torque. You could also potentially eliminate processes, in this case, having to check parts down the line with a dial wrench. Cleco Cellcore is a great solution that solves all of this customer's problems. These tools are easy to handle, hard to break. They're drop tested for 5 feet. They're reliable, only requiring preventative maintenance every 500,000 cycles. They're ergonomically designed, and they're extremely easy to use. These tools are unique in that they're interface-based. They have a screen on the top that essentially works like applications on a cell phone. All programming can be done from this screen. No need for computers or controllers, anything like that. If you choose, you can tie these to a controller, and this is where the cost savings come in. You can have a 10-to-1 ratio, which saves a lot of money. These controllers are compact, so they don't take up a lot of space. That you can have 19 fastening strategies. They're extremely easy to use. They increase your uptime, and they're versatile. These controllers have inputs and outputs on them. You can have 2 field bus cards. You can have 2 Ethernet ports. There's 2 serial ports. There's 3 USB ports. There's 1 VGA output that you can tie to your own screen. And there's 8 to 24 volt discrete I/O. These tools come in pistols that range from 1.2 Newton meters to 22 Newton meters, and right angles that range from 4.5 Newton meters up to 50 Newton meters. There's 2 different batteries that can run these tools, a 2 amp hour battery and a 5 amp hour battery, and they also have a rapid charger. For additional space saving, they have a 6-bay sequential charger, so you can do all 6 at once. What problems does this solve for our customer? Well, no more chargebacks. They can now provide verified proof that the screws were tightened within the allowable tolerance. There's no need for time-intensive training. The onboard user interface is application-based, easy to use, and intuitive. If you can use an iPhone, you can program this tool. They reduced backup inventory. With the 10-to-1 controller ratio, the number of spares needed is greatly reduced. Transducerized battery tools equals no tool cables needed at all. Now they can do trend analysis as well to determine the root cause of issues. By analyzing data over time, the customer can now identify if defects occur during a certain shift or after a specific batch of incoming raw materials. Hopefully you enjoyed this brief overview of Cleco Cellcore. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. You can go to rhinotoolhouse.com and we'd love to get you taken care of. Thanks.